So, if you are looking at brightening up one of your outside walls with a bit of pallet wood wall art, you need one of these, a good supply of pallets, you need some screws and a saw. And you're looking a bit puzzled. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Okay, you're not here for the pallet wood tutorial, are you? One moment. Welcome, seriously welcome to a John Legg fragrance review. I am so sorry, I got it all mixed up. I thought you were here for the pallet wood tutorial, but you're not, you're here for a fragrance review. So, what should we talk about? You know what, a few weeks ago, I spoke to you about a phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal fragrance. £12 buys you Lattafa's RAMZ Silver. Now this is a deep, dark, rich, slightly juicy pear on the top, copy of Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultra Male. And you know what? This stuff, for 100ml, for £12, in fact I got it for about £11.99 I think it was. This stuff is absolutely unbelievable. You know what, I'm going to call this a minimum wage fragrance. Literally, the ingredients in this bottle are on minimum wage, but they are giving maximum effort. Okay, now this one, for the first hour and a half to 2 hours, it's like, seriously, it's like letting a dog off the lead or a toddler off the reins. It just goes mental. The projection, seriously, it seriously projects wildly for an hour and a half, maybe up to 2 hours. And then it sort of becomes quite a small sort of scent bubble. It sort of fizzles out. It burns itself out a bit too quick, this one. But the smell is gorgeous. The smell is phenomenal, and that I highly recommend. Yes, you can buy 9 PM by Afnan, twice the price, probably about twice the performance, and probably a slightly better smell. But if you want seriously a budget fragrance that does an incredible job, go for that. Now, I have another one in my collection, which is called same again. So it's Lattafa's RAMZ, and this time it's called Gold. Okay, similar bottle. It's got all the silly words on it: jazz, love, mom, hot, whatever it says, status, crazy words. You know, a ridiculous bottle, but we don't talk about the bottle because the bottle is not what it's about. Let's talk about the juice inside, and for that I need to spray it. Okay, firstly, I've got to tell you that these don't have the same DNA. Okay, that is vanilla rich. That may have vanilla in it, but the vanilla's not a big player at all. Okay, so there is, in my nose, there is no relation other than the name, the style of the bottle, and the sort of logos. There's no relationship between these two. So if you're expecting that, but slightly different, it isn't. Okay, this is a ridiculous explosion of nice sweet fruits, and it's underpinned by essentially a sort of a rose note. Okay, the rose note is amazing, and the rose note pretty much carries this fragrance. Okay, there is a bit of vanilla in there, and there is a slight hint of wood at the bottom and a slightly earthy note of patchouli. Okay, and there is a little bit of maybe jasmine, or there is a floral note in there as well. But what you are going to smell is some really sweet, juicy fruits. You know, you're going to smell apple, you're going to smell sort of peach, you're going to smell sort of pear, you're going to smell black currant, and those fruits are absolutely, they just fire off. Okay, it is a burst of fruits. And I say underpinning it essentially is what you're going to smell is a nice, good quality rose note. Okay, and yeah, there's vanilla, but the vanilla is at the bottom and it doesn't really do much. Okay, this is crazy. Okay, whereas the RAMZ Silver sort of fizzles out after about an hour and a half, this is more of what I would call a slow burn. Okay, it's sort of, it doesn't project wildly, although it is quite a decently sort of sized scent bubble round you. And I'm getting, crazily, I'm getting about 6 hours of a decent scent bubble and a lot of memory trail coming off you. Okay, people will seriously smell it on you. I will warn you that whereas the silver is unisex sort of leaning male, this one is unisex but leaning feminine. Okay, now a lot of guys will smell this and go, I like the smell, but I'm not really want to wear it because it's not a real manly sort of smell. Now, you know me, I'm not bothered. I class every single scent as unisex, so I'm happy with this one. But if you're of that disposition where you want an ultra alpha male scent, this does lean feminine. Okay, and I think it's the rose note in there which sort of pulls it towards the feminine side of things. Now, I spray this for people, and the first reaction I got, someone said, "Oh, it's like going into a sweet shop," which it is. I mean, that's a perfect description. The next person I sprayed it for, they went, "It's like you've just opened a packet of Haribos." Okay, it is. It's kind of like candy sweet, but it's the sort of fruity sweet. It's not sort of the vanilla sort of sweet or the fudgy sort of sweet or the caramel sort of sweet. It's the fruity sweetness in this one. Okay. Now, for me, I smell it and I think of real expensive, rich Turkish delight. I think that's the sort of fruity, and the rose note gives me that. In fact, the best way to describe this is it is Turkish delight on steroids. Okay, it's quite a loud fragrance, and instead of being a massive projector and then burns itself out, is more of a slow burn, and you will get, depending on your skin type, you will get a good 5 or 6 hours of a reasonably good scent bubble around you. Okay, so in terms of its performance, I like it. I rate it. In terms of its smell, personally, if I was in a shop and I had to choose between those two, I would go for the silver, because that's my kind of sort of rich, vanilla-y kind of gloopy, slightly sweet pear on the top. I just love that DNA. This one does not share that DNA at all. It is completely different. And you know, the way you sort of start smelling things, and if you smell one, say for example Mancera, you go, oh, I can smell a bit of the other Manceras in it. I've got to be honest, this doesn't sit for me with any other sort of Latifas. Whereas, you know, you smell sort of Latifa Anna Abaid, the one with the white cap, and then you smell another one and you go, oh, well, it's got that, but a pineapple note over the top. This one for me is unlike any other Latifa, so it's kind of like a standalone. It certainly isn't anything to do with the other RAMZ in my nose. Okay, so would I recommend it? Okay, just the warning about leaning feminine, but in terms of performance, solid. If you want to smell like a packet of Haribos or a Turkish delight on steroids, go for it. All right, it is a great smell. So I really appreciate you watching this video. I'm so sorry about the palette wood tutorial. Maybe you'll come back for that some other time. And I would like you to stay safe. I'd like you to possibly give me a thumbs up. I'd like you to subscribe if you haven't, and stay safe. And I'd like you to spray fragrance every single day. And I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.